Rahul Borkar.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
All right.
How you feeling?
I'm tired, but I got out for 2 hours last night, and that's why I'm wearing my headphones like this, because I saw the DJ doing this, and there were a bunch of girls surrounding him. So
it's gotta. That's part of it. Yeah.
I think that's I'm gonna do it like at Kroger's.
It's a test. We've only got one girl in here at this moment because we're early here at the levee before a music event as well. But I do get to in my arrangement here with the levee, and I love this place. I love the vibe here. The scene. What am I? Scenic view. I get to do, a podcast here on the first Sunday of each month. And so you're my kind of first summer Sunday podcast guest.
There you go.
I'm going to take advantage of. And then I do my normal podcast on Tuesday nights at Baxter's. Quick plug for that. But here we are. You and I have been talking about doing the podcast for a while. And, with my podcasts, they're not interviews. They're more conversations.
Right.
And I think I've always thought you and I could have a good conversation because there's stuff that we talk about together privately that I can tell that you need like an avenue, a platform to get some of this out.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, first, before we get into all that, let's remind people your music history.
I'm a musician, yes. I've been playing since I was 13, so I'm only 21, but a long time now. Started off with drums, guitars, and vocals, and I was in a band called Breckinridge that did very well.
Very,
very well. We can talk about that more later, but it was very humbling. Then I was in a band called Never Red, which I sang and played guitar for. And then now I'm in a band called Borkar with some pretty amazing people.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you to come up with that band name? A little bit of ego there, huh?
Yeah, and I have to start off saying it's not because of an ego.
That's kind of like the Frankie Moody band.
Well, my grandpa was a famous poet in India, so I feel like my creative gene came from him.
Okay.
So it's kind of my...
so you're really
paying respect.
Paying respect to the family name.
Yes.
Not to say your name. Well, I mean...
I am a badass too. So.
Yeah. I totally get that.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'm joking.
You and I... It's been a while. We've known each other for a while, and you and I connected right away.
Very quickly.
Yeah, typically. I probably was trying to, yes, Raul, that's my daughter, Claire. Yes, Raul, that's my daughter. That's how we probably got to know each other.
Right.
Claire is, you ever heard of the 6 degrees of separation?
Right.
Yeah, with Claire, I could connect. There's people I could always connect to, or people. I get so many people still come up to me and like, is Claire your daughter? And I'm like, when is it going to be when they go up to her and say, is Kevin your father?
Yeah.
That's when you know you got game. When I'm,
that means you're a good man.
I'm at the Kardashian level,
No, I've been around people who are. I'm just like, wow, that's her dad. Be nice.
Yeah. Well,
but
be fair to Claire. That's how we roll.
She's awesome.
You and I, going back, you and I have been able to connect on several levels. We've become friends. We've had some heartfelt conversations. I like to think we're pretty close. I mean, I feel like you can confide in me and talk to me about any and everything, and I would never betray your confidence. But when we've hung out, we've had some conversations where I'm like, seriously, I know for selfish reasons, for me to even bring up you coming on the podcast, it would be for selfish reasons. But I think it was clear that you've got some things that's in your head, things that you need to purge. And I think you need to, explain, get some things out, and maybe explain you to the scene, because being a straight shooter, you're dealing with an illness that I've come to realize is a very serious illness, and you're struggling with this most times daily. You've had your good days. There's times when I'm like, bro, come on, hang out with me tonight, and you just couldn't for what you wasn't feeling.
And first, I'll say this: it means a lot when you do that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think
even though when I probably won't be able to.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Well, I mean, I got you, and but I know it's definitely good, for you to be able to get out. You mentioned getting out last night, so. Which if you would have really got out here Friday night at the levee, you would have saw a whole new scene. Friday night, I digress. We had between fights and a little too much alcohol with some people, but it was a little different. Singing
and I would have been that little guy that thought he was a lot bigger than he actually is. That got in the middle.
I was involved a little bit just to separate, but anyways. Tell people, for the record, what are you dealing with as far as your illness goes? What is this you're dealing with?
Okay, without actually going into it, because family and personal stuff. It's one of those things that you don't always see on the surface. It's one of those things that you definitely don't see on Facebook. It's one of those things that you don't want people to see you that way. So when I have my good night, I'll put up a picture because it's a happy picture, Sometimes I'm faking it, sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
But I want it to, exist. So it's more on my end, thinking about reactions. I love my friends and I love everybody. So to me, it's protecting people.
Right. Again, your illness, you're dealing with something that is very serious. It's something you're struggling with daily, and in some degree, you are living a day-to-day life right now, but you're taking advantage of your good days. And you mentioned social media. There is the proverbial when you're dealing with something fucking serious, an illness, just some type of struggles. That proverbial, who your friends are. You're going through an ordeal where it's become enlightening to you on who your friends are, and
it's been a blessing, but it's been a very, very rude awakening.
And I've had those conversations with you, those rude awakening conversations, right. And you've poured your heart out to me, and I feel for you. But where are things getting misconstrued with you?
I think a lot of fill in the blanks, a lot of not wanting to know or not choosing to know, and then a lot of ignorance, because it takes 2 seconds. If you can text somebody, it takes 2 seconds to Google something. So there are a lot of assumptions, and then perception becomes reality.
It does.
And then,
or it can.
People talking over and over again, it becomes real. And that's tough, because when you got to fight that kind of thing,
right?
It's one of those things that I shouldn't concentrate on the negative. I should concentrate on the positive. And at the same time, they're like, why? If you don't care about someone, that you would say that,
right.
You're wasting your time, because you're clearly not my friend. So why talk about me? It doesn't make any sense.
Again, like I said, anybody that goes through a serious situation, you clearly, your real friends rise up.
Yes.
And those who are just acquaintances or not as close of a friend that you may have thought they were, or just it is what it is. And that's okay too.
Absolutely, because people have families.
Yeah.
People have, it's not.
Yeah.
It's more of the unnecessary
Yeah.
actions that are just kind of not. I mean, what's the point? And
Yeah. What was a cool thing? I've always had this idea when it comes to friendship. I'm okay with. Yeah. I don't need a ton of friends. I don't need them. I like them. I like being able to go places, and we're all, we're always going out and we're running into people. We know we're having a good time, hugs, kisses, a lot of love. But when we leave the venue, it's like that's the last time I'll talk to them, and until the next time. So, and that's cool,
right?
And I'm good with that. When it comes to having people who when you're down and out, when you're struggling, that you can lean on, that you can go to, that will have your back. I've always had this notion, excluding family, family typically will be there. But when it comes to friends, I only want to have like a handful. And when I say a hand, really, like
right.
maybe not even 5, just a few friends that I want to be able to, I feel like I can lean on in a whim, in a moment.
Right.
Other than that, I don't need that.
It's the ones that don't keep score.
Yeah.
And because there are a lot of people you can lean on, but they're gonna remind you of it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: the ones that you lean on that are your closest friends will give it back to you.
Absolutely. Yes.
When you do something good, high five, fist bump, hug, kiss. I mean, good job.
Support. Negative and positive.
But if they see something that just is not right, it's wrong, you fucked up, they've got to be the ones that tell you to.
Yeah.
They've got to set it straight. They got to get you back when you're veering off to an extreme or a different lane. They got to get you back.
Instead of talking to someone else about it, they're going to talk to you about it.
Right. And I'm kind of in the same boat with you sometimes, because people will have an opinion about me or whatever, and I hear about it, but I choose not to address it. And a lot of people think because I don't address it, they think it's true. They must be true. It's not
right.
But I'm like, basically, it's fuck you. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, again, it comes back to who your friends are, and to agree, good acquaintances, because the music scene, you're always out. We're always hanging out.
Right.
So we're always, again, running into the same people. And it's okay to have those acquaintances.
Absolutely, yeah. Have a great time with them,
Always. And at the end of the night, we're all going our separate ways until the next time. So,
right.
yeah. You and I have had conversations where you've shared some frustrations about shit that is either being said about you, misconstrued about you, flat out wrong about you. Now's the time. You're in front of a mic. You're in front of a camera. Let's get some of these out. What's and let's stay with the music scene, because we've got a lot of same music friends, and we've got a lot of people who have said to me, is he really sick? Or we know he's sick, but he's doing this or that to try to take advantage of a situation with some person because he's playing the sick card with them. How do you respond to that?
Okay, so it's hard to respond to that when you aren't prepared to even know that kind of action exists in the world. Like, to me, it's just like, I wish to God I was faking it. I'd give you a high five right now if I was. Ask questions. I mean, why? If you're curious, have the balls to talk. Communication. If you're gonna start gossiping and trying to convince others of your opinion, that's just evil. And unfortunately, that reality became real for me because I never would fathom some of the things happening and being said would happen.
Well, I'm gonna throw scenarios out to you without putting people on blast. The way you respond is your choice. Because the truth is that people would think I would not be doing my podcast justice if with you as a guest to not give you some scenarios and let you address. You and Kevin McCreary, badass Kev. K1 in my book. He's always K1.
He's always number one.
He's number one. There's a lot of very cool Kevins in this town, by the way. Did you hear that, Moody? There's a lot of cool Kevins in this town. Yeah. Miss him every day. Genuinely sweet guy. You and him tight. So fucking tight. I had conversations about you with him. Because as he's rounding third and heading for home. There was just talk about like you were, that your relationship with him was not real. It was, there was just something not right about it. And I'm hearing this from other people. I'm like, really? And I did have a conversation with him, and he basically gave you his thumbs up without going into detail. And I'm not going to put him in that situation.
Right.
But I know you and him were good. And that's...
We were friends.
For what? Wow.
Best friends, like, we just happened to play music.
Yeah.
It had nothing to be in the same music scene. It had nothing to do with anything. Like, we went to concerts together, but it wasn't like, that wasn't our bond.
Right, yeah.
And getting sick was not the bond.
Right.
But like what we talked about earlier, like, he was my rock, and he helped me, and then like when that happened, it was insane, and we both really.
And you were fucking there for him,
and
like, and the girls too.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, when people say stuff like that, it's because. I mean, we didn't broadcast it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like...
No, you didn't have to.
Right.
Well, that was your all's business, for starters.
Yeah.
But I guess...
But I understand, like, it's like people thought after... It was like he was a trophy. Like...
And that's how...
Being his best friend was a trophy. And
like,
it's just like, that's what they were using it for other people to...
I know. But I guess, why do you think people are thinking that way or feeling that way? Do you think there was a moment or something that they may have perceived different or wrong? Or, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. There's one guy that I knew didn't like me. I mean, Kevin told me. So that wasn't a surprise. But I was always nice to him, even like paid extra money to rehearse at his rehearsal spot. Mm-hmm. But I was aware of that, because... For some reason, and Kevin and I both didn't understand it, why can't everybody be best friends?
Moody.
Like, why is it competition? Why is anything a competition of, unless it's football or basketball?
A sport, yeah.
Who's trying to win? Because what do you win exactly?
I don't know.
Because of the girls. For the longest time, I didn't say anything because...
You talked to them recently?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
but why would I want to cause drama that causes many more tears than they're always shedding?
Right. Yeah. How are they doing?
So I kept my mouth shut.
Because it's been, what, 2 years? It's been 2 years, right?
September. But... they were... he was their dad, but they were also... like best friends, So... I can't answer that question because on my end, I couldn't imagine how I would feel if I lost one of my parents right now. So it's like my biggest fear. Mm-hmm. And they're family to me, and they're best friends to me. I don't broadcast that to other people either. Again, I'm not in competition with anybody.
Yeah. Well, again, let's...
And I don't know if it's because of the music scene. I have no idea.
Well, the music scene... And I'll say it. it's again. Let me give props to the music scene here. I'll never have to leave Louisville to listen to talented people, creative people. It's here in town. I've got
100%. It always has been.
I've got a mixture of all kinds. I don't need to go to Nashville or any other city to listen to good music because it's here. Mm-hmm. But what I've come to find out with the good music, there's some egos. There's some fragile egos.
Yeah.
I go back to when I did my roast. You were part of that.
That was funny. Right?
It was actually a really good roast. And I've been wanting to do another one. A couple people had said, you don't want to do that. Mainly because there was some fallout from it. But some of that was that some people didn't get the memo, so didn't know what was off the table. But I guess what I'm getting at is that I know a lot of these people, music, in the music scene, will support people, play benefits, and all that stuff. But there are some people when someone kind of steps up into the spotlight or the scene, it bothers them.
Right.
A little jealousy. I mean, and I guess that's in a sense human nature. I get it. But when it comes down to it, those people, you're dealing with your own insecurities or your own issue.
There's two ways to react. You can say, why them and not me? Yeah. Or say, because of them, I can.
Right.
I mean, to me, one band gets big in Louisville, it brings more attention to, and if you're a genuine friend to somebody, that person will remember, and that person will do whatever they can to take you with them.
Right.
I
mean, we're to your credit, you're a music fan.
Absolutely, yeah.
A local music fan. So you and I have been able to get out, hang out, and we go watch different bands.
Yep.
It's our way of showing support for the band, for the venue. Because let's not leave it, because we need venues to do this stuff.
That's support, just a support. Yeah.
I feel like I'm digressing here, but I know from people who have shared stuff with me about you is that they have felt that your social media, you use it a lot to showcase yourself with pretty girls, just taking all these pictures. But I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, I'll give him credit. He has taste for.
I mean, can't hate on me for having pretty friends.
And I would.
But
never.
I don't go to a random girl at a bar say, "Can I take a picture with you?"
Yeah, exactly. You're not absolutely. You're hanging out.
I mean, I have good-looking friends.
Hanging out with.
Right.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute. If this person is in a picture with Rahul, it's probably safe to say they were okay. They were hanging out. It was just something that they were doing. It was something they chose to do too.
Right.
Like you didn't go up to some chick at a bar and say, "Please take a selfie with me," and then let me tag you on Facebook.
Right. Let me introduce you to my mom. Yeah. First, there's two things on that. Why the fuck do you care?
Ditto.
And more importantly, I always say make memories, and that's why I have that show. Pictures last for eternity. So when I do a lot of pictures, it's not for me. Like when I see Kevin every year, or not every year, but like pop up on Facebook Memories.
Right.
It's the best morning. Like it's just
takes you back to that moment.
It's like a feeling like an angel.
Yeah.
So like,
and what's cool is that a lot of the pictures or whatever, will take you back to that moment.
Exactly.
And let you relive it in your mind, feel it, especially when you're dealing with somebody very close to you.
I mean, if you go back 4 years ago, go to my Facebook. I didn't take pictures. I never did. And then Antonio and I were talking. The reason why he got into film was because he didn't have any film of his dad. And he wanted to make sure his kids had memories and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so he bought his first camera.
Right, yeah.
And that kind of logic was the same as I felt. And I was like, I don't have any pictures. Like, when in Breckinridge, I don't have any pictures of us in the band because I was too cool for school, never read pictures of other people. That's it. But there's like lost years of no pictures because I just didn't do them. And yeah, I changed. And I'll start taking more pictures now. Yeah, I mean, again.
And you should tag all the people that,
Are you jealous that I have hot friends?
It's like, there's nothing wrong with hanging around with beautiful people. I don't think.
And they're my friends. It's not like I'm just like taking home every, all of them,
There's been scenarios where specifically you've had issues with some people, or some people have had issues with you over things. How do you want to address those? Because
okay, obviously, it was first about Kevin, and then when Borkar started, then it went up again. Again, why not be proud of somebody? They're not in the band because I'm sick. Mm-hmm. They're in the band because I'm passionate. I'm not a great singer, but my heart is in every song. I don't write songs about chicks like at bars. I write songs that are real, that I think people can associate with, and they all just love it. Mm-hmm. I am still shocked, I'm humbled by it. So I talk about it, because I'm grateful. But I'm not bragging. Like, to me, music, like, my parents raised me like any kind of talent is something that not everybody has. Mm-hmm. So you almost have to treat it like, because, my parents are Hindu, so like, you have to treat it like a god. And you have to respect it and be thankful for it every day, because it could get taken away.
Well, the truth is, being a huge music fan, one of my greatest regrets is that when I was 12 years old, I had access to an electric guitar. But I chose to pursue sports over the guitar. One of my worst regrets in life. So, I've been a music fan forever. And I think what you guys do is it's mind-blowing to me. The talent,
thank you,
especially like you, where I stop by your place and I'm seeing your little mini studio in your room. I mean, all the shit that goes into creating, some in art. It's all art.
To me, I'm not saying that I'm blessed that in a way that it makes me better. I'm blessed that I have something that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. That fills my soul and makes my heart smile.
Right.
I'm blessed because that's my oxygen, and I'm able to do that.
Music is your medicine.
Music is my medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any evidence or of you playing wagon wheel out there somewhere? No.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
You when's the last time you actually sung did a bunch of cover music? I know you did the one Losing My Religion, which was actually very cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Cool version, cool video. Mm-hmm. Antonio.
Yep.
Someone in that video, near and dear to you. I had to bring this one up.
Yeah.
What's the story there? Care to share?
Oh boy.
It's your call,
It's a story that hasn't been told, really, in an honest way. It's been a lot of emotion that causes a lot of emotion, and not dealing with certain things. Nothing good comes from it. So it just got to a point where it wasn't even feasible, friendship anymore, kind of deal. And I was this person the best, and it is what it is.
Is that one of the examples how, for whatever reason, things are just getting misconstrued with you? I mean,
well, in that scenario, I believe that it was just two things, people talking shit just to other people to do it, And then, like you said, having pictures with pretty girls. So it goes hand in hand. People talking shit, and then people talking shit because she's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
So, again, enough people tell you something, and it's not the person's fault. Like, if you hear the same shit over and over and over again, it becomes reality. Because it's almost like subconsciously, like you're getting brainwashed.
Right.
But it's unfortunate. So I'm not condoning that kind of stuff, but what can you do?
Well, going back to Kevin McCreary, K1, you have some mutual friends with him that you're not on the same page with as well. What's going on with that scenario? Well, I mean, give me clear the air, set the record straight, kind of thing.
It's kind of at the point where sometimes you have to be the big man, and then sometimes you have to make a point. And a certain person, again and again and again to different people, and it's Louisville. You're gonna hear it. And that person was probably talking shit too, but they're still going to tell you about the other person talking shit. It's frustrating because, for one thing, Kevin probably cries every time it happens because he would hate all of this happening over him. Like, it didn't happen while he was here. Why is it happening when he's not? That's, you know.
So a lot of the chatter came about after he passed.
I mean, we're like, were they waiting to hate me? I never knew they hated me before. So,
is it a scenario where they felt that you were taking advantage of Kevin's friendship? I mean, help me understand that.
Okay, so and again, I'm not like Breckinridge had a hit song, like number 2 in the country. We had management Irving Azoff from the Eagles. We had John Kalana from Aerosmith. We had Jeff Hansen from Creed. I mean, I met a lot of people, and I'm friendly, so I kept in contact with a lot of them. And so I think a lot of people think I know these people through Kevin, which isn't true. So they think I'm using Kevin's name to get these musicians to play with me.
Right.
But I didn't. But point 2, though.
Hold that up.
Yeah.
So what if you were?
Exactly. Kevin.
I mean, I don't get
Kevin,
that.
we were brothers. We helped each other.
Yeah.
It was never we were taking advantage of each other.
Because here's the thing. If those cats didn't think you were genuine with them or to them, would they even give you the fucking time of the day?
Hell no.
Exactly. I mean, because it's...
The reason why they started was because they liked me. The reason why they're still in it is because they like the project.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't have to talk shit because I believe the music's great. I don't need you to like it. To me, it's the best music I've ever written. Yeah. And it's the best because there's like 5 souls or 4 souls like playing with us.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, so people like... Right now, I'm in the position to help artists. And I am. But I'm helping people that are humble. And I'm not doing it to be a teacher. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it to, like, share.
To pay it forward.
Yeah. Because it happened to me.
Right. Yeah.
I don't charge for music because to me it's not a job. But I've had people ask for help that aren't genuine. And it's very easy to tell, and it's unfortunate, but like, I don't know. It's one of those things where you can't define it because it's like 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4. To me, not supporting somebody and genuinely, like, again, I'll help anybody if I can. I've always said this: if I can, I will. And that's my philosophy. And I get taken advantage all the time. And I would do it again because if there was a 1% chance that I wasn't getting taken advantage of, then I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Well, then I'll challenge you.
So I will.
getting taken advantage of, there, that's got to hurt. You know, you got to feel a little like a stab in the back, you know, betrayed, right?
Yeah, and it's happened a lot lately too.
Yeah, so I guess from me to you, because of your health, why you let that happen? What can you do to keep that from happening? Because that can't be. That can't.
It
be
hurts, but good karma. And again, I can go to sleep knowing I got screwed over. I can't go to sleep thinking I didn't do anything and maybe they were legit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll keep getting screwed over. It's just the way I am. I'll keep up again if I can. I will.
Well, we got to fucking change that, because here's the thing. My honest opinion when it comes to undue stress, shut that shit down. Mm-hmm. And again, it comes back to just to knowing who your friends are. And I mean, and again, if they're acquaintances, then they're acquaintances, right?
Right.
But no, if I feel like if you're doing something for someone, and at the end of the day, they're not showing appreciation or respect, that to me is like, that's the one and done.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna recycle that shit again, and I don't think you need that. You know,
I have a
so
hard
from
time.
me to you,
Yeah.
stop.
You guys tell me to stop too.
No, I'm serious. You gotta stop.
No, I know.
Can't.
But it's just my heart, you know. It's my personality. It sucks. But guess what? The people that love me because they're my heart, you know?
Yeah, because you're you. You're being you. But yeah, as a friend,
I'm not very capable of being a dick.
Well,
you know?
well,
So,
all right.
I mean, I can in the proper scenario, but
I'm surprised with some of the people we hang around with that that hasn't like rubbed off on you. Even the ones who you're butting heads with.
I've got to just believe they were bullied as a kid. Like, I've got to like rationalize it, and then
Maybe, or it's just, you know, I think,
or they're just an asshole. I don't know.
Or we just learned that sometimes it is what it is when you're dealing with people that are just not either good people or not appreciative. I'm not saying that they're not kind, but you know, it's a respect thing. It's care, share, you know, help out your fellow friend, your brother, sister.
And like you just said, like I do it because I expect that it would be that person would also do that for me.
All right.
Because in my head, that's what makes sense to me. And like, so I can't imagine someone fucking me over because I wouldn't fuck them over. And
those are only a handful of people, because in the reality is that there's probably some, because of the scenario or the situation you're in helping people, you help them with a project, and that's kind of it, and then they're off doing something else, which should be fine. Let them, you know, branch out, continue to do, and if they don't come back to you, it's not that they had a bad situation with you. It's just now that you've helped elevate them to a different level, made them think on their own on how to creatively take this path that they're on. So
that's how I got to rationalize it.
That's
you're right. Like, let the bird fly.
Let them fly. Let mama be the mama bird, whatever that shit. Yeah. But yeah. I still feel like you're holding back. I don't think you've gotten out everything you need to, man.
Because I get it out through my music. I get it out through my circle. I don't.
I've listened to your songs. You've never said one person's name.
No.
You don't. That'd be cool. You heard like somebody's name in the background.
I have one song what I called people puppets. That was my one Eminem shot at people like another rapper, and that's all I needed to say.
What is? How would you define your music?
Okay. So I can define it by this. Okay, I don't tell in other interviews that I've had before, like I won't tell if you say what's the song about.
Well, not
I won't
per
say
se
it.
the song. Help me before that.
Yeah.
Give me genre-wise. How would you categorize your?
Oh, okay. I mean, I've got heavy songs.
It's heavy.
I've got ballads. I've got. I mean, now with blues, like bluesy, like mixed with rock. I mean, it's. I'm not like saying eclectic is one of those things a lot of bands try to say, but I'm not doing reggae. I'm not doing rock. It's a melting pot, I guess.
Yeah, it is
to make one sound.
Right. Yeah.
And
but I guess collectively, how would you define that sound? What would you categorize it as?
I write the way I write.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's hard to categorize because I don't aim
Right.
to sound like a band, and to me, like literally, that's why I can write a super soft song that has screams in it. It gets heavy, like the first video did. It starts off a piano. Mm-hmm. You would never think it would progress into this massive. It could be a mosh pit song.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But I hope it makes sense to people, and again, I'm doing it to get emotions out of people, and I leave blanks in my song,
right,
so that they can fill it in with their own story. That's why I don't tell people what songs are about, because whatever it means to me, if you say it's about your buddy and maybe it's me about my mom or something, it's about your buddy. Mm-hmm. If you say it's about your dog, it's about your dog. I'm not gonna tell you it's not about your dog. So there you go. I mean, I write for myself, but I write for people to have an emotional bond with.
Right.
Yeah.
With this, is it EP or an album?
It's gonna be an EP. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
What's the timeline on that?
I'm gonna try to go down there this week to do
Nashville.
do 2 tracks on drums and then finish one song, and then hopefully And I've got a ton of stuff, ton of stuff that I've written at home, and luckily with technology, I mean the quality's pretty awesome. I've got a big catalog, and
you have
it'll be released.
And you have a lot of resources to help put that work into play.
I've been lucky.
Share with some of the people you're currently working with.
Okay, so the band is, and the producer. This is how this all started. He asked me if he could produce the project, and I was just like, whoa. It's Kenny Olson. I mean, so he, they first know him, through Kid Rock.
Right.
Then it was like Aerosmith, Run DMC, Sheryl Crow. I mean, the guy, and then Jimi Hendrix's, family treats him like, Jimi Hendrix's sister calls him brother. His dad, basically says it's like Jimmy. It's like Jimmy, playing.
Right.
And I didn't know any of this stuff until like after we were like brothers. So, I mean, it was just amazing that and then Jason Todd, I did a lot of shows with Shinedown when I was in Breckinridge, and him and I, always kept in touch. So, Peter Keys is from Lynyrd Skynyrd, is Kenny's best friend, and he came in the first night because Kenny asked him to, and he's like my big brother now.
And these are all the guys that Kevin hooked you up with. Is that the story?
That's the story.
Yeah.
And then
not the fact that Kenny Olson reached out to you.
That's crazy. So I mean, it's weird. Like, have you ever seen an Indian blush? Yeah, I'm blushing.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's blushing to me is a very humbling thing. So
it's very humbling. Yes.
Yeah. And
having a good heart for 19 years, it finally paid. Like, not paid off.
Mm-hmm.
It finally made sense.
Are there people in town that you feel like you have to make things right with? Because there's some people I
reach
know
out.
of.
I try, man. I've been genuine, and obviously there's that one guy. It's just not gonna work. I mean, but if I see someone that I know is talking shit, it happened here a couple of weeks ago.
Well, actually,
I gave him a hug.
Yeah, you gave him a hug. I
actually pulled him in, and I gave him a hug. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to it's not fake because we once were friends. So I'm gonna keep acting like I did, and it's hopefully that you come around. But I can't beg.
No.
You know, can't beg for
no. You can't, and you can't beg. You can't dwell.
Yeah.
To me, it's like anybody who's got dealing with that, with issues or negative energy, it's on them.
Yeah. And that's actually what Jason taught. He said, he goes, you know, at the end of the day, it's on them. That's exactly what he said. And I said, yeah, and that's what sucks. You know, I wasn't happy about it. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Just that's the truth. But
just been therapeutic at all?
It has been.
Has it?
It has been, yes, because
I feel like there's anything else. What have we not touched on that you feel like you need to get out there?
I'm never going to show you the bad to just show you the bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I ever do, there's a reason. And you know, I've never been, like, even right now, I'm public, that would be sick, but I've never even said, you know, I've never had a Facebook post about, you know, people know that I've told, and then people know because people talk.
Hey, you're one that does use your social media pretty good. You get your music out there.
Yeah.
You get if you have a message, you'll get it out there. Maybe not directly, but indirectly.
I mean, it's a platform.
It is.
For one thing,
right.
Why would I not promote myself on my music? Yeah. I mean, it's
right.
I understand the problem with that. No. And then, why would I not try to be positive and make positive posts?
Right.
You know, I'm not doing it for someone to try to be a preacher. I'm just doing it to hopefully spread, like I said, positive energy. Positive energy spreads.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think people just, at the end of the day, aren't used to a genuine person, so they have to try to find something. So, but again, small circle, real friends. I'm happy now. In all honesty, I'm happy today. I was happier now than I was 4 years ago, and then the 10 years before that.
Well, that's, at the end of the day, it's what it's all about.
Yes.
And if I'm causing unhappiness, undue happiness, and it's either I'm not on the same page with someone, if it's important enough, I'll try to make it right. Mm-hmm. But if I'm being me and that person or whoever can't relate to me, then
yeah, you just can't win.
I can't do it. Well, it's not about
not winning. No, but like you're not going to.
You know, I don't need to worry about it.
Right.
So it's on them.
Right.
And you know, again, we just be genuine. Yeah. Just be real. Especially here at my age right now, I'm big picture. I have lived. I can honestly say I've lived more than half my life. So I try to thank my lucky stars routinely for all the days between now and the end. Mm-hmm. And I try to associate myself with my family as much as possible, with friends, with good people, good energy, positive energy, people who like to, just be happy. I don't have time for it.
One thing I haven't said, we've talked about a lot of the bad. Man, the good is awesome. And, like, actually, Lacey McCreary, she, when we were talking about basically what you and I have been talking about, when I was having a very hard time with what was going on, she goes, do you want to be friends with these people really now? And I said, not really. She goes, then they're irrelevant. Why are you putting energy into something that's irrelevant? Mm-hmm. Put your energy into us and your friend, like the people that love you. And that changed. That really, from that moment, like, if I ever get upset, I'm embarrassed about it because it's a waste of time.
I agree.
I am blessed. I'm happy. and I'm smiling, man. So,
does Mom and Dad Borkar wish you were Dr. Rahul Borkar? Give me, let's get,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
When your family, because your dad's a doctor.
Yes.
You know, not the stereotype here, but, you know, a lot of you people
Mexicans.
Mexicans. You were here Cinco de Mayo. You want to be Cinco de Mayo people. No, when your parents, you know, in your line of family lineage, you mentioned your grandfather was a very well-known,
like famous in India. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and then you got, you know, medicine and all this stuff, and then one day the son comes home and says, "Mom, Dad, I want to be a musician." How'd that fly with them?
They weren't surprised because I've been wanting to play music since I was 6. Like, I stayed at my friend's house for a week when my mom, you know, when the parents were out of town, and I kind of learned how to play drums. Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, it's kind of like the parents kind of oftentimes want to make sure that you can take care of your kids.
Right.
And so since my dad was, you know, obviously a poet in India, was making a lot of money. My dad, you know, didn't have a lot of money. So he became a doctor. So he just wants to make sure that, his grandkids didn't, you know, grow up like he did. So my dad's torn, like now, okay, so now at this point, they get it. That is my oxygen. Because there's no other reason why I'm still here.
Right.
The music is a medicine thing. So
do they say, how many times have you heard your parents say, "Raul, turn it down"?
Yeah. Yeah, but I get it. It's like 3 a.m. I'm in a zone. You know?
Your mom and dad are like, "What is that bumping in the house?" It's Raul and his bass. Go back to sleep.
Yeah, it's the music.
Gigs? I know you're putting music together, and last time I saw you play was at Diamond Concert Hall, right? For Borkar.
Yeah, Borkar and Breckinridge.
Yeah, a little bit of a reunion kind of thing. Is there? When's the next time we're gonna see or hear you?
If it were to happen, it would be acoustic show with the guys from Nashville.
All right, not an acoustic show with the guys here at the Levee tonight.
You know, I'm shy to play on stage. By the way, I don't do karaoke, like any of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah. But it is kind of what I do though. If I can play my stuff, then I close my eyes and I perform.
Cool.
Yeah.
So is that a yes? We're gonna see it.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, it's gonna be all right. It's on ya.
Oh yeah, always. You know I got you. It's been. I hope you're feeling okay with this.
It's been needed.
Yeah. And if there's anybody I need to tag on this, make sure I know. I'll do it. I don't give a shit. But and you're not. You keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Again, it goes back to, you know who your friends are. You know who cares about you. You know who's there with you day in and day out. And just don't sweat the other stuff, man. You can't. And I was here that night with you. You referenced, you know, someone that was having an issue with you or whatever, and you did. You approached them, you gave them a hug, and I didn't detect if that person was like how they were receptive of it or how I didn't pay attention to that. But the fact that you did it, you were just being you. And if they have a problem with that, then
I hadn't seen him in a long time. So.
Right.
Give him a hug.
Anyways, my friend, always a pleasure.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's all good, brother.
It is. It should be. And again, if it's not, then you know, truly, at the end of the day, if you got things that are not good, eventually that's going to be on you to get that out of your.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm still letting it bother me, then that's on me.
It's on.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
And that's my advice to you. And that, a real friend would tell you that.
Yeah, but you're 100% correct.
Stop crying about this. You've been crying about it for, I'm making a general
No,
statement.
I know. Yeah. Seriously.
Just cut it.
They suck, so suck.
Yeah.
Them suck.
Cut the cord like cable. Treat them like cable. Disengage. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, dude.
You going to hang out a little bit?
I'm gonna hang out.
All right. You going to hit the
Hey, you
Diet
guys
Coke?
can't think I'm a big wuss. This was a pretty heavy podcast.
Yeah, we've gone about an hour's worth of time, and I just got to get you all jacked up on the Diet Coke.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a keg.
Yeah,
And I was going like keg stand of Diet Coke.
I know.
Just Cinco de Mayo, so I'll just do shots of water with you.
Something very clear. I'm going to. I've got
there
a
you
second
go.
shot. I'm going to finish this. This would be actually your shot that I'll be drinking. So this would be shot number 2.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you guys this real fast. This guy right here, he's been a true friend to me, independent of the music scene too. And on top of that, he's doing so much for the music scene, bringing people together, promoting people, just supporting people, and role model.
Well, I'm a fan, a friend. I'm just
A genuine guy.
appreciate that. Thanks,
Cheers, I
man.
love you, buddy.
Yeah, back at you. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, my brother.
Thank you.
All right.